Kimchi Mandoo. First ingredient, kimchi. And I'm using the one that's fermented. This is probably, it's a bottle of kimchi, those big long bottles. And you know how mommy makes a lot. So I'm sorry girls if you want to make just for 2-3 people. Actually nobody makes 2-3 portions. Maybe other people do, but I've never done that. So I don't even know how to cook little. Oriental noodle, the vermicelli noodle, and tofu and round onion is what we're going to be using. Water's been boiling, so we're going to boil tofu first. Remember girls, I told you whenever I make the mandu, we always have to use the extra firm tofu. And I'm using 2 package. See? First we're going to boil this for about 10 minutes. Because if you boil the tofu, I think the kimchi, the stuffing inside, will last longer. Now kimchi mandu is so much faster to make. The other mandu that I made last time, that one takes a long time because there's so much vegetables to work with. But this is a very simple one, so it won't take too long to make. Okay, the tofu's been boiling for about 10 minutes. You need to let this cool. You don't want to touch the hot stuff when it just came out of the water, so we're going to let this cool. So I'm going to be putting it on here so it can sit side by side. And we're going to be boiling the glass noodle. Any brand will do fine. This was on sale. I paid $1.49 or 99 cents. And this one is 12 ounce. You could do half or a lot, but I like noodles in my 당면, in my japchae. So I'm going to put all of them in. This one you need to cook it for about 5 minutes. And rinse it out. So let's let this cook. Close the lid quarter because I don't want to wash the stove again. Don't like it spilling all over. Okay, I've been boiling the noodle for about 5 minutes. Now we're going to rinse this. Now you can throw away the water. Rinse it in cold water. You want to get rid of as much excess liquid as possible. So we're just going to let this sit for about 5-10 minutes and it's going to get rid of most of the water. I have kimchi and I've been letting it sit now and trying to take out the excess juice before. Now the juice, it's a great time to make kimchi jjigae and use that soup juice from kimchi for the kimchi jjigae. I have 1 cup, actually 2 cups of chopped ground, it's actually ground pork meat. The lean one, I actually chopped this because the one at the grocery store, it had too much fat and I didn't like it. Now, so I would consider that about 1 pound. If you're meat lovers, put 2 pounds. Me, I just want to use it for taste. If you're vegetarians, take that off and you're cool with it. I have onion. So, first thing what we're going to do is we're going to chop the kimchi. This is the kimchi that I made in Christmas. And it turned out really good, but I had to let it sit outside to get extra fermented or make it into shingimchi. But I don't like it too sharp. So it tastes good still, just by eating it by itself, because I don't want. Now the kimchi doesn't have to be too sour. That's just what I think. You could use a really sour kimchi. Normally, the only time I make this kind of kimchi mandu is when the kimchi is too old and I need to get rid of it. I mean, you make a kimchi jjigae and all that stuff, but sometimes you don't want to eat that and you feel like eating mandu. To me, kimchi mandu is like a fast food mandu because it doesn't take too much work compared to the other one that I uploaded on a video. So, first thing you do, you cut. This big piece, I wouldn't put that in there. First, We're gonna chop the round onion. This is a medium size. Now, the round onion makes the food taste sweeter. So, this is how I incorporate a lot of the sweetness to food by using natural ingredients. Now, if you have a green onion, you could put that in. I don't. I already used up all of mine. But it tastes fine without it. I'm trying to make it simple. Today's really cold, and we're gonna have rain all night tonight and all day tomorrow and next day, which means I need something really warm to eat at home. I have a lot in the refrigerator, but I don't like to eat the same food over twice a day. So I'm making mandu because I have so much kimchi from the Christmas that I made. Okay. Now, if you're gonna make kimchi mandu, you know you're not going out on a date because your hand's gonna smell like kimchi all day. And your date's gonna say, where have you been all day? Why do you smell so kimchi-like? Thank goodness I'm not meeting customers today. Alright. Well, I don't care too. I should be proud of what I made that day, so that's cool. Alright, I got the whole noodle in there. Tofu. We're gonna have to squeeze out some excess water. There's hardly not much there because I already let it sit on and drip all the water out. Okay, crumble all the tofu. Crumble it. You know, I'm supposed to have more eggs too, but we only got 4 left, so you could have more eggs too, okay? Egg is the binding ingredient. It binds most of the vegetables and stuff together. So, if you have more egg, you could probably add 2 more eggs to this. Time to do your hand muscle exercise. Squeeze out all the excess juice, okay? We're gonna add the meat at the end, because I told you we don't like to eat raw meat. It doesn't taste good. And I'll be using this kimchi juice later to make kimchi soup. I got probably in here the kimchi after I squeeze out all the juice. I would say I have about 8 cups of kimchi in there. First thing I'm gonna make you add is toasted sesame seed. I put 3 tablespoons of toasted sesame seed. If you don't have it, you don't have to put it in. And I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of mirin, which is optional. Now if you don't have it, you could add just a little bit more sugar to this and that will make it taste good. I do have a sugar here, and I'm just going to put half teaspoon. Actually, let me put about 1 teaspoon. Tastes good without the sugar or with the sugar. Important thing is sesame oil. I put in 4 tablespoons of sesame oil now. Now, time to mix. And we're going to add the egg later on. This will serve probably 30-40 people. Mandu is not like those dishes that you just make, right away. Like, oh, I'm gonna eat mandu later, so let me just make some. I just never done that. It's usually more like a holiday food. So when I make this, I tend to make a lot. But you guys are being my daughter. I have the feeling that you're gonna be like me when you grow older, which means when you make mandu, you're expected to give it out to your neighbors, your friends and family members. So I'm teaching you how to make enough so you could at least give some to this direct family. So I'm adding salt to marinate the other vegetables on there. So I really don't want you to put too much salt in it because kimchi is already salty. Because I didn't rinse the kimchi. So I'm gonna put about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Mix the ingredients thoroughly. Let's taste. It's good. I'll be adding the egg now. I'm at about 6 eggs. And if you like your kimchi mandu to be a little bit sweeter, you could add a little bit more sugar to it too, okay? But remember, even with the kimchi mandu, we're gonna eat this with the dipping sauce. So if you make it too salty and you try to eat this, it will be too salty. That's why I don't insist on putting too many of those stuff in there. Alright, now I put a pound of 돼지고기 in it. This for me is just to enhance the flavor of kimchi. For some people it's gonna be meat lover kind. So if you're like me, add more meat now. Okay. I mix this very thoroughly now. And this is gonna go in the container. Alright. Now this one has a meat and egg, which means you need to freeze them, put them in the refrigerator right away. You don't want to put them hanging out outside. And when you do roll the mandu, wrap the mandu, you want to take out little at a time. You don't want to take out all of them. Especially if you don't know how to wrap it, and then it takes so long to wrap you. You don't want the meat to get spoiled. Now there's no right or wrong as far as putting in more sesame oil. So that's okay if you add a little bit more. If you don't like sesame oil, you don't have to add them. That's your preference. I want you guys to remember though, cooking is about your reference. It's about your preference. It's not about what the cooking recipe says or how it's supposed to taste like. No, it's about what you like. You put in what you like and you take off what you don't like. And you create your own recipe. Alright, we're going to put that in the refrigerator and then I'm going to wrap the mandu and start frying this. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to wrap the mandu. Okay, now any wrapping will do. I bought this one because this was on sale and it tasted fine. And it says dumpling wrapper, mandu pea. I think I'm going to end up making about 300 pieces. So each of this one has 50 pieces. Some of them only has 35 pieces. So depends. There's another one that's more wider. I don't like to use that one because it's not a bite size and it's more expensive. And you really don't have to spend so much money on this. I'm using warm water. And then when this has to be on a room temperature, you know that, right? If it's too cold, it won't stick. And now I'm gonna make it to fry. Fry, you make them look like half moon. See the moon shape? And now if the mandu, when you touch it, it has to be room temperature or a little bit, maybe a little warmer. And if it's not, if you touch the wrapper and it's cold, then just put them in a microwave oven and heat it for 30 seconds. Then it's really easy to work with. Okay, I hope you guys can see this. Well, you know how to do that, Sophie. And Hannah, you haven't really helped me with this one before, but Sophie knows how to do this. See, the half moon shape. You put them in a little tray. Now I'm going to show you how to make soup size. That one you put a little bit. Don't put too much in, because you'll be doing double folding. Alright. See? but this one was tear, so I'm gonna show you another one. Okay, I'm gonna make a flying saucer style mandu. The one that looks like a flying saucer. Alright, ladies. Okay, a big chunk of little mandu there. And remember, don't put too much, otherwise you can't fold it well. So, okay. See how I'm doing this? Push it down hard. Now, dab a little water there. And like that. See? Okay. We're going to turn on the oven first. And this one I'm going to fry it. Now, if you're health conscious and you don't want to use too much oil to fry the mandu, you could add a little bit. But I really like mine to be like golden crispy, like chicken. Golden crispy chicken style. So I'll be using canola oil. And I'm just going to cover the pot up to maybe that's perfect. This is about a cup of canola oil. If you know you're going to eat mandu all the time and you know you're going to cook it again, I have this little gadget. I bought this, gosh, when I first got married, and I had this for like over 28 years. This is a Japanese one, I think, and it's called oil saver. So when you're done cooking, I pour the oil and it picks up all the leftover in here. And I will just keep them in here. It's easy to throw it away later on because you don't have to throw away the hot or spill everywhere. But if I make mandu and I don't want to throw away the oil after just using once, so I use it again. I recycle the oil, and this is what I use to keep it in. And I love this one. I don't know if they still have any of this stuff at the store, but I've been having it for so long. I'm gonna give this to one of my girls. When I retire cooking, I think this is one of the great stuff. 28 years and still looks good, doesn't it? Except for the lid here a little bit, but that's okay. But inside looks perfect. See? No problem. So that's how you recycle the oil and use it again. Now I would only do this with the mandu because then you know you're gonna be frying more mandu. I'm making 300 pieces, which means I'll be frying probably 200 pieces or more. So you use the oil again. Okay, well the frying pan has been heated and my daughter Jojo's home and she keeps saying, Mom, when are you gonna fry this? When are you gonna fry this? It's ready to be fried. Oil's been heated now and it's on a medium heat, but I'm gonna raise it up a little bit to medium high to medium high because I want it to be fried right away. Now there's a video on mandu dipping sauce that I made earlier, well, a while ago. You could eat this one with that dipping sauce too. It's up to you. I think this one will taste just as good without it too. So keep an eye on this. And I don't want you to get burned, so try to stay away from it. You only need to fry this about 5 minutes total or less. Because mine is not too thick, so it doesn't take too long. So 2 minutes, 2.5 to 3 minutes each side. Miss Jojo, it's almost ready, darling. Bring me your plate so I can put that in their plate. Jojo, how many pieces are you eating, gorgeous? Lay a little paper towel on a plate so it will pick up the oil. That looks good. smells like heaven. I'm sorry, girls, that I can't send you the mandu. But when you come back home, I promise I'll make you a whole bunch of this. How many pieces did Jojo? How many pieces did you say you were gonna eat?
I'm just really hungry.
I thought you said you were starving. Huh? What? No, she won't go when I take her outside. See, it's golden brown. Each side. It will be crispy outside and really juicy inside with kimchi. Just be careful though. You could get burned really easy here. I got a lot of burn scars to prove it. And don't eat this right away because you're going to burn. So when you're going to eat, maybe let it just cool down maybe a few minutes. Want to taste? It's hot, don't get burned. Tell me what you think.
Oh my god, it's hot.
I told you it's hot, beautiful.
Oh, it's so oily.
It looks so good. It's so brown.
Oh, it's good, Mommy.
Is it good? Are you eating it with the sauce or no?
Yeah?
Or how does it taste without the sauce?
Like kimchi mandu.
Yeah.